So recently I entered a competition hosted by Samsung. It was a video making, content creating type of competition, and so I tried it. I didn't really think I was gonna win. I just wanted to try because, well, it was video making and I like that, so I thought I would join for fun. But somehow I got into the final stage and then I became one of the 4 winners. I was just sitting in class and I get a call from my uncle saying I was one of the 4 winners. I was just like, what? And so the other day, 4 of the winners, including me, got invited out to the Samsung office, I think it was, and we kind of had a small event there, introducing everyone, meeting the team, and at the event we were awarded with our prizes for the competition, which was mainly the Samsung S24 phone. I'm very excited to unbox this and test it out and start using it. Honestly, I've been an Apple fanboy, an iPhone user for basically ever since I have had a phone, and I've never used an Android properly in my entire life. So this is definitely gonna be a new, different experience, but I'm excited to try it out. Okay. Look at that. Damn. This is the Samsung S24. Alright, let's peel it back. That's clean. That is clean. You are all set up. Finally, I am done. Alright, now that I've unboxed the phone, I'm all set up, so I know absolutely next to nothing about Samsungs or Androids in general. So this is gonna be like a blind first experience into using a Samsung, into using an Android. So I'm gonna spend a day with this phone and get back to you guys. So it has been a day of using the Samsung S24. I've used it like I normally would. I've tested out the camera. I'm using it right now to film this. What do I have to say about this phone? Well, for starters, let's talk about the camera. Because to me, that's kind of the most important part about any phone I'm gonna have, because I love making videos, take a lot of photos, and I don't want to be carrying around my camera all the time. So having a good camera on the phone is pretty important to me. How does this hold up? So I've been testing this camera out here up on this roof with good lighting in the direct sun. But I've also been testing it out in my dark room. This is the selfie camera in bad dark lighting. A lot of the times I'll try and film myself in not the best lighting conditions. Sometimes it's night, sometimes it's dark, but the camera needs to be good enough where it can actually see me, it can actually see in the dark, it's not too noisy or grainy, and this actually works pretty fine. This is good. Video-wise, I wouldn't say I love this camera. Sometimes it can be a little too sharp, but I think it's pretty good. It makes everything evenly exposed so that you can see everything that's going on. Photo-wise though, I think this camera is really, really good. I don't have a very big opinion on the photos. I can't really give as much detail as I did with the video because I'm not a photographer, but I do have eyes, and from what I've seen, the photos taken on this phone are really, really good. So now that we've got the camera out of the way, let's talk about how it fares up in everyday use. I will say one thing I did notice is, since I've been using an iPhone my entire life, I usually find it pretty hard to dive into the Android Samsung interface and UI. It feels very foreign to me and it's not natural or smooth to me and my hands. But I will say Samsung does do a very good job at making it very intuitive. After a couple hours I got used to the interface and I could use it normally. To me, apart from cameras and everyday use, there isn't really much to talk about. A phone is a phone. If it feels really easy and nice to use, if it has a good camera, and if it can make phone calls, that's honestly a good enough phone for me. But this year with the new S24, there are a few more features than just the basic. This year we have some AI features. Some of the new AI features are the circle to search, live translation in phone calls, smart keyboard, and the photo editor. Out of those, the ones that stand out to me are the circle to search and the photo editor. Live translation during phone calls, I don't really have friends or anyone I know that speaks a completely different language to me, so I don't really see myself ever using that feature. And for the AI keyboard, I'm not typing up formal essays or letters on my phone, I'm usually doing that on my laptop, so it's not really something I would use a whole lot either on this phone. The photo editor and the circle to search are definitely two that I will be using a lot. Circle to search just makes everything easier to Google, and I don't constantly have to keep going to the Google app to search up something. I can just press the home button, circle something, highlight something, or just type it out there. And it makes things a whole lot easier. The photo editor is just fun to play around with photos that I took, to remove things in the background, or to blur the background or add effects. I think it's really nice. The AI features are definitely pretty interesting, and for its first year, they're pretty good. Honestly, for my final opinions, I don't have much to say. I'm not a professional reviewer, I'm not a big tech nerd, so all I have to say is it's a good phone with a decent camera and some pretty cool features. That's all.